Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Reata Horsemanship. I'm Luke Brown. I'm very excited to be with you here today on Winning Wednesday. What a beautiful morning. It's pretty humid this morning, and it's been going really well with the horse training. The horse that I'm riding right now, this is Little Man. Little Man is a 5-year-old quarter horse, kind of fancy quarter horse that I've been working with. He has quite a bit of training already, but he just was kind of like Hades, kind of resistant to pressure, and didn't really move off of your leg very well. He couldn't lope very well in a circle on the lead rope during lunging. You know, there's just some things that I'm refining with him, and he's coming along really well. And he bucked a little bit when I first started lunging him with the saddle. He probably hadn't been ridden in quite a while and got kind of a tight tail. And just working on getting him to relax and not be edgy. And you know, he's a really, really nice horse with a great personality. He likes to be up in your space. He'll come up to the edge of the stall, put his head over and get rubbed. He's just a fun horse to have around the ranch or our property right now. And today for Winning Wednesday, I wanted to give you a quote from Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins said this: "Our life is a reflection of our rituals." And I would add, our life is a reflection of our habits. So rituals and habits are basically the same thing. What do we do consistently on a daily basis? The things that we can do, one of two things. We can do things that help us progress towards where we really want to be in life. And we can do things that help us or that don't help us, and they make us digress and we don't see improvement, and we actually see failure in a lot of areas in our life if we create the habits that are poor habits. I haven't mentioned this before, but Stacy and I are on kind of a new diet right now. We're on a keto diet, so we're working. I started on a carnivore diet because I wanted to try it out. I've heard a lot of people talking about how successful that can be. And I was curious as to whether you could survive on basically meat and animal products alone. But after about a week of that, it was pretty challenging, and I was kind of grumpy. And so we moved to the keto diet, which allows us to eat some vegetables and stuff. You just don't eat bread, and I don't know, Stacy knows all of it. She kind of sets up the meals for me. But that habit alone, just eating more healthy and no sugar, that's the biggest thing. No sugar and no refined carbohydrates, really no carbohydrates. Nothing that will go straight to your bloodstream and bump your sugar level in your bloodstream, therefore bumping your insulin level and creating insulin resistance in the body and diabetes and that kind of thing. And all of the negative health effects of just eating too much sugar is kind of something I was starting to experience myself, I think. And we've decided to make better habits and to start, we're doing a month of this keto diet, and then I'll probably end up still eating a little bit of sugar and give myself a break every once in a while. I'm eating some bread and potatoes and that kind of thing. But I want to say we're using this month to set up a better habit of eating and to decrease the amount of sugar. If Stacy will tell you, if she's being honest, which she is very good at, she'll tell you that I certainly eat way too much sugar and drink way too much sugar. So we're trying to develop a better habit of eating more healthy, so that our body will in turn, so that our lives will reflect that and our bodies will reflect that. And I already feel that myself. I started last spring. We had a clinic. I did a desensitizing and trail course clinic, and it was so much fun, and I felt like it was so successful. And we took a bunch of pictures, and our marketing gal Kylie, she took a bunch of pictures and video, and we're sharing some of those from time to time. And as I look at those pictures, I noticed, I was one of the heaviest. I was probably about the heaviest. Stacy said there's another time I was heavier than this, but I was at least the second heaviest I've ever been was during that time period. And I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like what I saw underneath my shirt. And I felt kind of self-conscious about that. And that was just a reminder to me that I need to make better decisions and create better habits in my life, as far as eating and exercise as well. I know I get a lot of exercise working these horses, but we've decided to go back to the gym, start lifting some weights, start doing cardio, including swimming and biking, and lifting weights for non-cardio stuff, and trying to build some muscle and just build a healthier body that's more resistant to to the changing times and to aging. As we age, we got to work harder to keep our body in shape, and the only way to do that is to eat correctly and to eat healthy and to exercise. And so those are two habits that Stacy and I are starting to create, and we're going to make that a part of our life. And no matter how busy life gets and how much we're going to end up taking over the ranch at Riata Ranch in Colorado, and continuing the horse training program, internship programs, clinician programs, and so much more, including raising cattle and sheep and horses. We want to keep those good habits of eating healthily and exercising. So today, when you go about your day, think about the daily things that you do every day. What you do when you wake up. Do you look at your phone automatically and get on your email, or get on Facebook, or get on Instagram? Do you do that first thing in the morning? Is that productive for you in your life? Is that a habit that's going to create a better you and a better life for you and your family and those around you, those you influence as well? Are those habits going to be good for you, or are they harming you? And think about what you're doing every day, and write down everything that you do throughout the day. Write down your habits. Write down what you consistently do every day. How do you brush your teeth? How do you get out of bed in the morning? What do you do the first thing? How do you take care of your body? Do you exercise? How do you eat during the day? Do you snack a lot? Do you drink a lot of soda like I have in the past? Or do you drink more water? And just take inventory of those habits, and then reassess every week to every couple weeks, and just try to find, I would recommend finding one habit every week that you think might not be the best thing for you in your life, and try to not only just stop doing that or do less of that, but replace it with something better. Replace it with a habit that's going to be more fulfilling, more helpful in your life. For example, if you wake up early in the morning, first thing you do is turn on your phone and look at Instagram. Change that. The first thing you do in the morning, pull out your journal and write what you're thankful for in that journal, and take that time to think about what you're grateful for and what your goals are for this week and today. That would be a great habit change. It just takes a few minutes of your time, but instead of looking on Instagram and getting sucked into that social media vacuum that really is destroying so many lives, in my opinion, do something productive for your morning. Get up and exercise, get up and write in your journal, start making better habits. And when we create those better habits, that reflects in our life. Remember, our lives are a reflection of our rituals and our habits. So let's start to create good ones. I hope you guys have a wonderful Winning Wednesday. Until next time, be thankful, live with purpose, live with passion, and as always, stay safe in the saddle.